call from a resident in the Goring area who had actually managed to film him, and she noticed that he actually had a wire around his neck and sticking out around the back of him. We obviously thought this was quite unusual. However, we do come across wildlife situations where hedgehogs get their head stuck in a tin can, and also cats and foxes have ended up with things around their heads. So we asked them to put some regular food out to establish a feeding pattern so that we could take along an automatic trap, which we did. We managed to catch him and get him off to the vets. And the sad thing was that you could see the wire had actually been made into a loop at one end with the other end threaded through it to make a deliberate noose in which to snare the fox, which is obviously, it caused quite a lot of distressing damage and discomfort, but it was quite sad to think that somebody would be capable of doing such a thing to harm an animal in this way.
I can't bear to see cruelty or any animal in distress whatsoever, and to think that he was just trying to survive in that state with that, all I could think of, he must have felt like he was suffocating all the time and so sore. He'd sit and try to scratch it off, and we caught him after 2 weeks. He had nasty wounds, horrible wounds, which were treated, and then he was released, and we thought everything would be okay then. I was looking out the window in the evening and I saw a fox, and I didn't recognise its face, which I do recognise the faces of the regular little ones that come. And when I looked, I saw it was him, and that his face was hugely swollen, absolutely massive, like a bear, because he'd been snared again and it was so tight. He could just about drink, but when he tried to even eat anything soft, he would gag and choke, and we were extremely distressed. We thought there was no way we were going to be able to catch him again and be able to sort of save him, really. And then with a lot of effort and different things we tried, it took 5 weeks to catch him again. After 2 weeks, the swelling went down, so we had a little bit more hope that we had a little bit longer, because we thought he was going to die quite quickly initially. But yes, we caught him again after 5 weeks. Pam caught him in the trap. We were hugely excited and relieved.
Well, initially the wire was so tight around its neck, we had to literally get wire cutters in to snip the wire off. A situation like this brings a whole range of emotions, you know. I feel quite angry at first when I saw the extent of the damage that the fox had sustained. But then I suppose in a way I feel sad that somebody would sort of bring themselves to do this kind of thing. Part of me wishes that the perpetrator, if you like, that caused this could see the actual wounds up close and see the harm and damage that they actually caused, because it might seriously make them think twice about doing it again.
Not everyone likes foxes, having foxes, and although I don't understand it, I appreciate that some people find them a nuisance, but I think there's a very big step from finding them a nuisance to doing something so terrible to them. I can't imagine who would do such a thing. And I think we should be able to live alongside animals without people thinking it's okay just because it's a mild inconvenience to them, that they think they have the right to hurt them in such a terrible way.
There's somebody out there that's doing this, and you think to yourself, well, I know my neighbours, but somebody there is doing it, and you know, who is it?
It's very rare that the snare will catch the intended target, so theoretically whatever animal happens along and sadly walks into the trap of the snare, it could be a domestic cat, it could be anything. So obviously this needs to be stopped. He is literally lucky to be alive. Either one of the wounds he sustained around his neck could have been infested by blowflies' eggs, and within 48 hours they would have been maggots, and there would be no Lucky now. Whenever we can, we always release wild animals back to the territory that they know and that is familiar to them. Most animals, including foxes, are very territorial, and if he was put somewhere else, we could be putting him into danger of another fox's territory. He wouldn't know where to go at during the day. As far as a den is concerned, he wouldn't know where to regularly find food. So it's really important that they are released back to the territory they came from.
I'm relieved he's coming home and he's got another chance. I'm worried that there's someone out there who is snaring foxes, and that's really distressing, and to think that anyone would think that's an acceptable thing to do, to harm a living creature that we should be able to coexist with. So I'm still worried about that, but I'm just hoping that it's scared him enough that he won't go near wherever it is. I hope that he can just continue his life in peace, really, and just to, live his life as he should and as normal lifespan.
It took a few minutes for him, or a few seconds for him to actually get his bearings, and then he was off. So when we'll see him again, I don't know. But as long as he's safe, that's the main thing.